Let's talk about the question, what is the most important thing for your film? May it be a documentary or a feature film? And no, spoiler, it is not the actors or the story per se or the visual effects or the action. The most important thing for your film is actually the story in combination with your point of view. So always ask yourself the question, why are you the one to tell the story and what you bring to the table, what different perspective, what unique access. So why are you the only one that can make this film? Let me explain on that a bit further. Maybe you've heard the phrase or the sentence, every story is already told in some way, form or another. And I think that's true. There are a lot of story archetypes that always repeat. And you always see the same kind of archetypes in films. So that's where your point of view comes into play, because your unique perspective can bring something new and exciting to already existing archetypes and already existing, let's say, kind of stories. This may sound very theoretical, but let me give you two practical examples. Let's take our two documentaries that we have been involved with, Dear Future Children and Blackwater Green Gold. Dear Future Children tells the story of three young activists and their sacrifices for the activism. So our unique access was in that particular film that our crew was the same age that the protagonists. So I think that was the basis for the trust and for the access they gave us. So yeah, so they let us in, they let us accompany them. And I think that was like the most important thing, that we could tell the story from their angle, like because it was the same generation. And the other example is Blackwater Green Gold. It's a story about an indigenous community that is fighting to save Lake Pátzcuaro in Mexico. For sure, the angle or the different perspective, the unique point of view was that Axel is half German, half Mexican, and his mother or his family originates from that region, so he knew the region very well. He had access to certain infrastructures there, and of course he spent a lot of time with the indigenous people. He learned the language, and therefore he built a trust with them, and that's why they let him in and document all this process, because they trusted him. And yeah, we try to be as respectful as possible with the indigenous community. And I think that is also what gave the film the very unique angle, the very personal and emotional and authentic angle that it had. So to sum it up, always ask yourself the question, why are you the one to tell the story? Why is your perspective or access unique? Why are you the only one that can make this film? And I promise you that your filmmaking and your storytelling will level up with this and will take the next step, and this will make it unique.